The girl deliberately snatched the last chicken leg from fiance's bowl. The rich lady scolded her for being ill-mannered. Grandfather shook his head disapprovingly, but the girl simply snapped her fingers lightly. The next second, time suddenly reversed. She devoured 10 chicken legs without hesitation. The girl snapped her fingers again. When her fiancé offered her another leg, she gracefully declined, saying her appetite was small. She belched contentedly. The rich lady's expression finally softened slightly. Just then, the servant brought a basin of water for washing hands. But girl lifted it and drank it all in one gulp. The wealthy lady scorned her as too crude to marry her son. The girl snapped her fingers again. Time rewound once more. This time, she elegantly washed her hands. The mother-in-law finally smiled with satisfaction, but the fiancé stared at her intently, for he alone retained all memories. He coldly warned the woman, "Stop these petty tricks. He'll never marry her." The next day, the mother-in-law specially invited a socialite to teach this country bumpkin etiquette. The socialite deliberately made her stand on one foot by the pool edge, intending to push her in, but the next second, she herself tumbled into the water. The girl sighed and snapped her fingers again. Time reversed once more. She pretended to feel unwell and prepared to leave, but the instant she turned, the socialite jumped into the pool herself. Meanwhile, the fiancé had been soaking in the water until his skin wrinkled. Because every time he tried to leave the pool, time would be rewound by the woman. She tried to snap her fingers again, only to discover her magic was exhausted. She had no choice but to walk to the poolside. Her mother-in-law rushed over. She was convinced the girl had pushed her precious daughter into the water. Even though the girl insisted, "I already saved her once." But no one remembered. The mother-in-law immediately expelled her from the house. The fiancé even secretly breathed a sigh of relief. But just as the girl turned to leave, the man suddenly noticed the birthmark on the back of her neck. That birthmark was identical to the one on the little girl who had saved him as a child. The man immediately chased after her and grabbed her arm. "I believe you," the socialite immediately demanded. "Are you accusing me of lying?" The man replied calmly, "There are surveillance cameras in the villa." He ordered the maid to retrieve the footage.